Hey guys, we're currently at 6k subs on YouTube. If we can get to 10k before December, I plan to do a 24-hour charity stream. So please, if you like the content, help me get to 10k. Enjoy the video! In this series, I'll help you build the best team comp surrounding your favorite character, with just the units you own. That's right, I'll be going through every character in the game, so regardless if you want to build around powerhouse damage dealers like Diluc and Keqing, or if you want to build around less popular DPS units, this is the series for you. After each video, you'll be able to immediately build the team comp that will allow your favorite character to shine, and understand more in depth in the logic and reasoning behind how teams are built. With that said, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications on so that you can follow along. You can also support the series by liking the video and commenting on what character you want to see next. Let's get started. Today we'll be focusing on the newly released character and husbando to all, Tartaglia, or Childe. The first thing we want to note is Childe's abilities and elements. Childe is a Hydro type, and his kit is centered around marking his opponents with Riptide and dealing massive Hydro AoE, while continuously proccing it in his dagger form. The unique stat that he gets from Ascension is Hydro damage bonus, which means that taking advantage of reactions and focusing on elemental damage will play a huge part in maximizing his damage potential. We have to take both his element and his kit into heavy consideration when we build a comp around him. Because if he's our main character, we want to make a team that will set him up for success and amplify his damage as much as possible. Before we even begin picking certain characters to fill into our composition, we need to look at what elemental reactions we want to consistently trigger. I put up a graphic which shows every elemental reaction in the game, and you should spend some time to figure out what each elemental reaction does. With Hydro, we have the potential to trigger Vaporize, Electrocharge, and Freeze. Out of the three, we want to prioritize Vaporize, which is one of the best reactions in the game, and then Electrocharge. Vaporize is an amplifying reaction which scales the hardest towards late game because it has a multiplier that scales off your attack percentage. Electrocharge deals massive AoE damage, which complements Childe's inherent ability to deal AoE already. I don't like Freeze with Childe because he's a bow user, meaning he can't take advantage of shattering the enemies to deal extra physical damage that Claymore users can. Swirl is excellent, especially with elemental reaction centric damage build that Childe excels in. It allows us to group mobs effectively so that we can get maximum value out of Childe's kit. Geo is decent paired with the Geopetra artifact set, however without Zhongli right now, it's not as great with Childe. For me personally, if we're looking at elemental reactions in a vacuum, the priority is Pyro, then Anemo, then Electro, then Geo. Notice that I don't have Cryo listed. Again, I think Cryo with Hydro is only good when you have a Claymore DPS. In addition to elemental reactions, we need to take a quick look at elemental resonance, that is having redundant elements in a single party. For Childe, there are two resonance points that are viable. Fervent Flames is great, especially since we want to build Pyro supports to begin with. The extra attack percentage scales well with our damage and allows us to focus on building up our crit as much as possible. Impetuous Winds is also great for Childe because the 5% skill cooldown reduction is very valuable due to his absurdly long inherent cooldowns. You almost always want to fight in dagger form, so having more uptime with your melee means more overall damage. Let's look at the best builds for Childe DPS. I've gone ahead and labeled comps Abyss ready if I think that the comp is something you can plug and play in Abyss. Again, because of the different enemies and buffs for each floor, I cannot advise you that these comps will work for all 12 floors. That's why I also have listed an Abyss core for each comp that you can build your team around based on the circumstances. Comp 1 features Childe, Xiangling, Sucrose, and Jean. This comp is Abyss ready. This is my best in slot. Building Childe as a burst DPS that focuses on AoE and elemental reactions is definitely the way to go. Xiangling is possibly the best support for Childe, and there is no question about it. Her Bear allows you to get quick vaporized procs in while your bursts are on cooldown, and Xiangling's burst comboed with Child's burst and dagger attacks gives you at least 8 to 9 vaporized procs per combo in the span of about 10 to 11 seconds. We pick up double Anemo for shortened E cooldown so Child can have more uptime with his dagger form. I prefer Sucrose here over someone like Venti because you want to be able to reach the enemies when you combo off so that you can basic attack during the pull. The combo sequence for mobs goes Xiangling E into Xiangling Q, into Sucrose Q, into Child Q, into Child E, and then Child auto attack pretty much up until Xiangling's Q dissipates, and then you want to finish off any enemies that are remaining with Child Q in melee form. The combo sequence for short trades is Child aim shot to get the mark, then Xiangling E, Child auto attack until the bear wears off, and then Child E to switch back to your bow form so that you can get that reduced cooldown to switch back to your dagger form again when your Xiangling bear is up. The Abyss core for this comp is Child, Xiangling, Sucrose, and a healer or flex. Comp 2 features Child, Xiangling, Traveler with the Geo Vision, and Zhongli on release, and Sucrose or Jean. Once Zhongli actually comes out, this will probably be my best in slot. Obviously, since Zhongli is not out yet, I put the Geo Traveler as a fine fill-in for now. Same combo with Comp 1 between Child and Xiangling, however now you have a Geo Petra holder which can grant you 35% bonus elemental damage. This comp doesn't have a consistent healer and relies on shields to help give you some durability, so maybe Jean is a better unit than Sucrose here. Not having the Anemo resonance does hurt a little bit, but Zhongli or Traveler will give you some added burst damage and become that reliable secondary DPS while you wait for your Child and Xiangling combo. I think Geo support is on the rise, and Zhongli will help reshape the way people perceive Geo. The combo sequence for this comp is Child charge shot into Traveler E, and you pick up that shield for the Hydro damage bonus, and then Xiangling E, Xiangling Q, Sucrose Q, Child E, Child auto attack, and then Child Q to finish off any enemies in your melee form. For short trades, it's pretty much the same as Comp 1, but you're starting with Child charge shot into Traveler E, into again picking up that shield for the elemental bonus, then Xiangling E, Child auto attack, Child E, once the bear wears off, and then auto attack in the bow form and wait for your cooldowns. The Abyss core for this comp is Child, Xiangling, Traveler with the Geo Vision, and Healer or Anemo. Comp 3 features Child, Xiangling, Bennett or Amber, and Sucrose or Jean. This comp is Abyss ready. Again, we're focusing on the Xiangling combo with Child. In this comp, we're picking up double Pyro for the attack percentage resonance. Bennett is great at giving our carry a huge steroid. Bennett's short cooldown also means you should weave in Child's aim shots when available to get additional vaporized procs while you wait for cooldowns. I honestly think that Amber is an okay replacement to Bennett here, whereas in a lot of my other team comps, I really don't think she's great. Her AoE burst makes sense for the playstyle that we have here. The combo sequence is almost identical to the ones I've listed above, so no need to repeat it again. The Abyss core for this comp is Child, Xiangling, Bennett, and then you flex or an Anemo. Comp 4 features Child, Fischl, Sucrose or Lisa, and Jean. This comp is Abyss ready. This comp focuses on Electro Charge, which is a lot better at dealing AoE. Fischl gives you some consistency in terms of AoE damage, but also single target damage, which helps Child a lot when his daggers go on cooldown. Overall, I think this is weaker compared to the other comps, just purely based on how much better Vaporize is as a reaction. You can technically pick up Lisa over Sucrose here to run double Electro and give your Fischl a lot more energy recharge to spam her abilities and have your Oz act as a secondary DPS, which complements the fact that Child hates being swapped out. The combo sequence for this comp goes Sucrose Q, into Fischl Q, into Child Q, into Child E, then Child auto attack, until the Electro wears off, then Child Q to finish everyone off, and if needed, Sucrose E and Fischl E. For short trades, you're going to go with a child charge shot into official E, into child E, and then into a child auto attack sequence until the bird wears off. The Abyss core for this comp is child, official, a healer, and a flex for an animo. Comp 5 is my free to play and features child, Xiangling, official or traveler Geo, and Barbara with thrilling tales. This comp is Abyss ready. I think double Hydro Resonance is really weak, but since Barbara is our only free-to-play healer option, we have to use her. Child and Xiangling combo is again deadly, and Fischl provides you with more tools while you wait for cooldowns. I'm going to start including Fischl in my free-to-play builds because we're getting free Fischl in 1.1. The versatility between having either Electro Charge or Vaporize gives you more options to deal with single target enemies and mobs since we lack an Animo user. Traveler Animo is a terrible animal character and I would not run him here. I'd rather run Geo Traveler to amplify the damage my child does. I've listed all the characters I didn't mention with their reasoning. If you want to find out why I didn't include a certain character in a team comp, make sure to pause the video and give it a read. Thank you for checking out episode 6 of my team build series. I'd really like to hear from you guys as to what your favorite team is so far. Comment down below with your current party setup, I'd love to check all of them out. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel. Your support goes a long way in helping me put out quality Genshin Impact content every week. Also, check out some of my other Genshin Impact content if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. Till next time.